Hi, everybody. This is SAAD for the SAAD Truth. Yesterday, I put up a clip denouncing the current Winter Olympics as being outrageously racist and bigoted. Because if you notice the pattern of medal winnings, there are no Namibians, no Saudis, no overweight Lebanese lovers on the podium. And since I live in Canada and I'm now under the guidance of Professor Dr. Justin Trudeau, who believes that societies should be guided by an ethos of equality of outcomes, I thought that I would continue the theme today and look at another industry where there appears to be just ridiculous sexism. I mean, the glass ceiling effect could not be any clearer in this particular industry. And specifically here, I'm referring about the serial killing industry, which you'd like to think all people of all sizes, shapes, color, sexual orientations, and gender identity should be equally represented, because otherwise it would be transphobic, fatphobic, Islamophobic, sexist, and racist to expect that you wouldn't have equality of outcomes. So here I'm basing the stats on a database. It's called the Radford University Serial Killer Database. It is headed by Dr. Mike Amod. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Aamodt. I'll put a link to the database, or at least the report, at the bottom of the clip. Well, it turns out that if you look at serial killers around the world and in the US, we could break the data in different ways, from 1900 till 2016. Well, in the US, let's look at the US data. 90.8% of serial killers are male. So this is from 1900 to 2016. That means very, very few women are given equal access, are given the opportunity to express themselves as serial killers. And it certainly could not be the case that there might be differences between men and women that would cause one sex to prefer something more than the other, do something more than the other, because we know, and I certainly was taught my lesson when I went in front of the Canadian Senate, when they laughed and scoffed at this idea of male and female, that this whole notion of, quote, fixed binaries and biological essentialism, close quote, is an antiquated form of viewing Homo sapiens. We come in a very, very broad, infinite range, a continuum of phenotypes. So this whole idea male-female is certainly wrong. And the idea that there might be innate sex differences, sexual dimorphisms that might cause one sex to behave differently than the other is certainly akin to being a Nazi. And so, being a strong supporter of Professor Dr. Justin Trudeau, I'm truly astonished that, women are almost excluded from being equal participants in the serial killing game. Now, you would think that with the increased progressives that are governing us and the increased amount of social justice warriors, that glass ceiling effect is being broken, so that a greater number of women could now rightfully and properly express themselves as serial killers. But it turns out if you break up the data from just 1990 to 2016, there are even fewer women participating as serial killers. It is, at that point, it is 93.5% male. So serial killing is a industry that is almost exclusively dominated by males. Now, there is a little wrinkle that we could throw in here. I'm saying male because I'm assuming that they're all cis-normative males. But of course, many of the serial killers who are male biologically might identify as women, in which case we could potentially have an equal distribution of male and female serial killers. So there you have it, folks. By the way, the pattern manifests itself also with the global data, in that the overwhelming number of serial killers around the world tend to be male. Slowly we inch towards the abyss of infinite lunacy. I truly don't know what it is going to take for this type of cancerous pathogens of the human mind to be eradicated. Oh, wait a minute, I do know. I've been fighting this stuff for the past 20 plus years, and fasten your seatbelts. My book will be coming out apparently not soon enough so that I can hopefully put a greater dent into this lunacy. I wish everybody a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.